everyone, welcome to the channel, and we have a new content today regarding the checklist documents. So these are all of the documents that are needed for you to upload on your GCKEY and then send it over so your application will get started and evaluated by the visa officer. So just a background on how this document list had been designed, or how IRCC determined that this should all the lists that you should need to submit to them for them to continue or to start processing your application. So these are actually based on the answers that you supplied when you started your application online. If you can remember, there are like around 20 to 25 questions that you need to answer. And then from there, from this set of questions, they would determine what kind of documentation that you need to submit to them. Okay, so it's like for validation purposes, if what you say is true on the questions that they gave you on the initial part of your application. Okay, so these are all the checklist documents. So this is on my GCKEY, so I was still able to access it even if I've already got my approval. So right now, if you can see here, we have at the top of the very first, we have here forms, and then next to it are the supporting documents, and then different sections. Okay, so I actually got some questions on which one is better. Okay, because as we all know, aside from the old portal, which is this portal that I've used when applying for my visa, is the GCKEY, right? And then there's a new one, IRCC portal. They say that it's much faster approval using that new portal, but I really, yeah, I really don't know which is which. For me, it still depends on your eligibility, to be granted for a visa. So that's my stand on between the new and the old portal. Because mine, I got my approval like after 50 or 49 to 50 days. So there are also some that got it like just 5 days, but still using GCKEY. So I really don't know which one is better. But yeah, you can give it a try. You can use either GCKEY or you can either go with the new one. So back to here on our list, if you will try to click on the form, okay, I'm going to show you. So on my system or my laptop, I don't have an Adobe installed, so I would absolutely be getting this message. So it simply notified me that I don't have Adobe installed in my system, so I need to install that for me to access and view this document properly. Okay, but there's another way. What I did last time is I've used another laptop, a Windows laptop, and then I just opened it to another browser, not Chrome, not Mozilla, it's IE, the Internet Explorer one, and then I was able to open it and then edit it there and save it and then upload it. Okay, so that's the other option that you can do also. But of course, you can download Adobe and then install on your system, and you should be able to access your file. Also, another tip that I wanted to share with you all when managing all the uploads through your GCKEY account with all the documentations, because there is 4 megabyte limitation for each of the sections. For example, for the form, it should only be 4 MB, and then for the next other sections like on my list, business registration, travel history, passport, proof of means, and so on, everything here should only be 4 MB, like each sections. Okay, what I'm referring to is each of the sections should only be 4 MB. So for you to do that, there is an app that is very, very helpful to me. It's I love Adobe. Okay, very helpful, where you can manage everything, anything about documents. Like if you wanted to merge your document, to compress your document, to split, to convert from Word to PDF, PDF to Word, vice versa, everything. You can manage it there. So it's just a free app where you can just, type in to your address bar. I Love PDF is the name of the application. You don't need to download it. You can just access it on your browser, and you should be able to manage everything, compress all of the documentations that you need. It's very, very helpful when managing, uploads on your GCKEY. So that's what I did. Alright, so on our list, we have their business registration. So what is business registration? Well, this is very straightforward, and you know how to deal with this, right? So it's just simply, giving me an explanation what business registration is and what are the documents that they need from me and I need to upload on my GCKEY. So that's just pretty much it. So they just asked me to submit complete permits that I have currently. So that's just what I did. Okay, so on the sections here, I have travel history. So the next file, or the next section that I need to comply, is the travel history. So for travel history, this is just more of your travels in the past. If you're someone like me who loves to travel, it would also be at some point very helpful when applying for your visitor visa to Canada. But for those who haven't traveled outside of the Philippines, outside of your country, no worries. Okay, you don't need to really to worry about this travel history. Don't get disappointed if you don't have this kind of document. It's okay, really. There's still a lot of them who actually, a lot of people who actually applied for Canada visitor visa and then was still able to get their approval without travel history. So this is something nice to have, but not required. Okay, so maybe it would be good if you have it, but not really 100% guarantee that you will get approved out of this. Alrighty, so I'm just giving clear stand on this part. So for document travel history, so these are your previous passport. If in the past you traveled other countries and you just recently change or update or renew your passport, then so what I did on my documents that I have uploaded for this travel history one is I just get a copy of my previous passport, my old one, and also take a copy on the visas that I have there, and the stamps, of course, the entry and exit stamps. And there are countries actually that I went to that doesn't have entry and exit stamps. For example, Macau, Hong Kong, they don't have entry and exit stamps, right? So they just give you like a stub. And unluckily, I lost those stubs. So what I did, I looked into the boarding passes that I had for that travel, and I included these boarding passes. So I think that would also do. For example, if you're someone like me, I lost my stubs and then I still able to submit boarding passes. So that would work also. I did that. Alright, so on to the next document that is needed for us to upload. We have the proof of means, or the financial, and or in other term they call this as proof of funds. So this is something that you need to let the visa officer know that you are financially ready for you to make this travel or trip to their country. Okay, so all you need is submit whatever document that you have currently that can demonstrate or represent that you are financially ready. Okay, so if you have, in my part, I've submitted my bank certificate, my bank statements. So they actually required you for just 4 months, okay? But I submitted at least 6 months. So really, I don't see any issues with that. I just trying to make it on a safe side, I would say. Okay, and I've also submitted my, because I'm currently a full-time employee, so I've submitted my pay stubs or my pay slips for also 6 months. Okay, and I've also downloaded a copy of my certificate of employment. So we have, I'm just grateful for my employer. We have this access to our anything about our HR, papers like certificate of employment. So we don't really need to like reach out to our HR to get this document. We can just go ahead and log into our portal and we can have this access 24/7. And lastly, for tax reports, this is your 2316. So every, I think, February in the Philippines, our HR would have this communicated to each employee, so you should be able to get a copy. Okay, and I've included that as well, and that's it. You should be good. You just need to compile everything for this section and upload everything on this financial tab or financial section of your GCKEY, and you should be good. Okay, so lastly, I think we're on the last section here. Okay, this is the purpose of travel. So for the purpose of travel, you are required to at least give your flight ticket going to Canada and your travel itinerary for places that you wanted to visit, and then your hotel booking. Yeah, so if I think the last part I didn't submit that because I'm not going there for any medical appointment. So I think for some other this applies. Okay, but for my visit, for my intention to get to Canada, I didn't include this, and I'm not going there for a medical appointment. Righty, so for the flight ticket departing Canada 1, I have been receiving a lot of inquiries on this when I uploaded my journey in applying for my visitor visa to Canada. So I would like to explain this thoroughly on this video. So I'm just trying to search for google.com, and I'm just going to show you how to get a round-trip ticket cost going to Canada. That simple. Okay, so here you can definitely check on which airline offers a very competitive rates going to Canada. And from here you can just select which destination actually you're planning to go. So let's just try to pick anything from here. So say we're going to Victoria, Canada, and from here you can see, you can have here the costs for the first one. So this is a round trip cost already, and you can just simply snip this. Okay, get a screen capture of this one, or you can select the dates of your choice. Say you wanted to spend your holidays there, White Christmas, why not? Alrighty, so let's say the 22nd of December until 31st of December, right? And click on done here, and you would have this round trip costs. So it gives us 76,000 plus, and this is a round trip already. So you can just simply snip this and save it as a document, like a PNG, like that. And then later you can just compress this or merge this with the other file that they are requiring you for travel, purpose of travel document, right? So that's just it for uploading, round trip ticket cost going to Canada. That's just simply what I did on my application. I just uploaded a copy of this round trip costs and it's good. It worked. Alright, so going back to the purpose of travel, so we have here, we're done with how to get that round trip ticket cost. So let's move on to the travel itinerary. So this is just what I've uploaded on my GCKEY. So I just created this travel itinerary. Okay, so I simply indicated the provinces I wanted to visit. So I planned New Brunswick and Quebec, and the travel duration would be 9 days only. And I've also indicated the travel dates here. And on the rest others information that I've included, I have the dates here and the schedule of activities of each day. Okay, so this is giving the visa officer a plan, right? So this would also like notifying them that your intention to visit their country is really for tourism purposes, ocular visits, I would say, right? You really is a legit tourist in their country. Alrighty, so I think we're down to the last document that we need to upload together for the purpose of travel, which is the hotel booking. So for hotel booking, what I simply did is let's go to booking.com here. Okay, you can simply search it on your browser, booking.com. And from here, you can just simply put on Canada as your place of destination. And you can also put here, for example, let's just put some random dates here. Okay. Say you're going to stay for like 10 days, right? And yeah, just alone. And then search. You should be able to have a list of very competitive rates of hotels in the location that you're searching for. So let's try this particular one. Alrighty, so this one gives you some of the information about this place, basically. And what I'm trying to say here is from here, there is this part where you can see you can book for this place and then it's free of charge if in case you can't push through your travel. Okay, so yeah, for visa application purposes, you can do that. You can just simply book for a place in the specific country or in that specific location that you wanted to visit, and then here you can click on reserve, and under your choices here you can see free cancellation until there's a specific date. And for sure you would have an approval already, for example on the specific date that you've chose. So that's just what I did. I booked for that and I've just chose the free cancellation option, hotels or place, and then I've just have it canceled after I've got my approval. So really there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and then when you actually book this completely on booking.com platform, you would be able to receive like a booking confirmation. You can download that into a PDF copy, okay? And then you can include that on your purpose of travel document and have it uploaded on your GCKEY. That simple. Alright, so finally I think we're done with all of the sections here. As you can see on my GCKEY document list, we have here, what's left here are the IMM5645E. So this one's for family information. So if you get to download this on your browser, so Google has it, you can simply go to Google and then just type in IMM5645E, and you should be able to see what document this is for, like what information or details they are asking from you for this particular form. And for the IMM5257B, this is closely the same with the one at the top, IMM5257E. So yeah, the information required on this part are almost the same. And I think that's it for the checklist documents. So these are all the documents that I've submitted. Oh, the ones that's not included here, it wasn't captured by my screen video. I'm sorry for that. It's the client information. So for client information, we already uploaded regarding that, right? On my playlist for Canada Visitor Visa, you can just look for letter of explanation. So that's exactly the only document that I uploaded for client information. So client information is your letter of explanation. So we uploaded a separate video for that, and you can just try to look for it on our playlist. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about this video. So I just wanted to give you a complete walkthrough. What are these documentations that IRCC is requesting you to upload on your GCKEY? How to fulfill all of these documentations, what applications that are for me very efficient to use. Okay, so we have highlighted the usage of I Love PDF. So yeah, that was really highly recommended for me. So I think this is pretty much about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. In case you do have questions on some of the parts here, there might be some documentations that are not listed here because we have different circumstances as an individual, right? Because you might be invited by your relative in Canada or your family in Canada. So because my application is very independent, I don't have any relatives in Canada, I don't have any sponsors or something like that. So which is why I don't have that document on my list. Okay, so it really varies depending on your circumstances, I would say. And I really hope this helps, and drop your inquiries on our comment section. And thank you so much for watching our videos, and watch out for our next content. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, okay? And then share and like this video to your friends. And I hope you have a good one. Bye.